Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of our ongoing weekly podcast for AI in software development. I am Mayank, your host, and today I'm here with Himanshu. Himanshu is joining us for the second time for the first podcast on Zero Trust. We gained a lot of valuable insights from Himanshu. Looking forward to further insights on Zero Trust today, Himanshu.
Thank you, Mayank, for the opportunity. Last podcast was really good.
Good
I
to
really got some good and
Mhm.
comments from the people about sharing the information.
Right.
So, yeah, looking forward to it.
Good to have you back, Himanshu. And what I gather is today we are going to talk about zero trust, but not just theoretical discussion about it, but you're actually going to present the case study of one of the customers where Devon implemented zero trust transformation. Is that the
Exactly.
case?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So today we will try to give you some insight where
Mm-hmm.
for one of our customer where we have implemented zero trust. At times what happen, people just
Mm-hmm.
read it as a theoretical concept, but
Right.
sometimes people don't get a real chance to implement it.
Mm.
So I thought it will be really better to show the audience how you
Right.
implement and what is the actual gain that you get it on the
Right.
ground. Yeah.
Right. So hopefully we talk about ROI today as well about what zero trust is.
Sure.
Keeping it true to the theme of the podcast, maybe we'll touch upon how AI helped you in that implementation as well.
Exactly. Okay, so let me just share my screen. I
Mm-hmm.
thought of creating a small presentation that can
Sure.
give you like a step-by-step approach for our
Okay. Okay.
audience.
If you could help us a bit with customer challenges, etc., as well, to have some context, that'll be great, Himanshu.
Okay, so let's jump into the zero trust implementation and
Mm-hmm.
how AI can be a partner in that.
Right. Right.
Okay, so first thing first, as you asked, what are the key challenges or what was the motivating factor for implementing the zero trust, right? So the customer is into the financial industry and they have around 5,000 plus employees scattered all around the globe. These are the four key challenges they were facing. One is the frequent cyber threats. Then the second one was remote workforce risk. Like people are using VPNs, so they have their own risk. As you are into the financial, there are a lot of compliance and standards that you need to follow. And at times when the organization is facing the above two challenges, they struggle to reach the compliance.
Right.
The fourth and the most important point is this operational efficiencies. So don't go with exactly the word efficiencies. There is some slow action to reaction time, right? While AI and all those tools can make it the operational task more efficient and faster.
Right. Right. And I see a number, 2.85 million per year, on the right hand side of the screen, Himanshu. Do you mind breaking down this number for us?
Yeah. So this is the legacy cost that they are paying every year. So the very first is the VPN maintenance. Then you are into a financial business. There will be multiple or regular cyber attacks, and because of which you struggle with your compliance. And the last one is compliance audit, all other parameters. But yeah, these are the three most important parameters.
Right, right. So because of, let's say, a very geographically scattered workforce, they were spending a lot in the VPN maintenance.
Yeah.
They had breaches happening, so they were paying for that. And compliance audit was also costing them. These were the three major criteria, or three
Yeah.
major buckets of cost for them. Sounds an exciting problem to solve, Himanshu.
Yeah.
What was your approach? How did you go about, resolving these challenges?
Yeah, we have taken a three-phase approach. So as you see on my screen, the very first was the identity and access management, which brings and solve the one of the key problem which people were facing with the access. We have implemented the MFA and SSO for all the applications. Nowadays, it is a good practice to give bare minimum access. We applied it and let it sync with the people so that they get habitual of using it. Then we went to the second phase in which we focused on the network and endpoints. So
Right.
then the second one, we started breaking the network into smaller pieces. And the last one is if you are a financial customer, you have so many APIs, right? So, and those APIs are used by multiple banks and other financial organizations as well as some of the customer centric applications. So, there
Right.
your endpoints need to be very much secure and continuously monitored.
Clear? And I'm particularly interested in the third pillar, Himanshu, AI and automation. Could you shed some light there as
Sure.
well?
So once you put in the first two approaches, right? As I was mentioning, you are breaking the network into small pieces, so much of endpoint detection response. Then, as a normal human being, it becomes little difficult to take an action. So AI will help you do lot of
Right.
things like quick automated incident response, also tracking the anomaly so that you can take the quick action as well as some precautionary steps.
Okay, makes sense, Himanshu. And Himanshu, a lot of customers that I speak to are a bit
Yeah,
skeptical about investing in zero trust because they're also a bit reluctant about the cost, the upfront cost that will come in.
yeah.
So, how did you handle that part? What was the upfront cost? What was the total cost?
Yeah. So for that, I just want to mention that it is a step-by-step
Okay.
investment. It comes in a phase. As you're moving in the phase-wise approach,
In this particular case, they ended up spending 1.75 million over 2 years, which I think was a return on investment in around 2 years' time as such.
exactly. So in our case, we have seen that in 16 months, person was already started getting the customer was already started getting the ROI.
And let's come back to the theme of the podcast, the AI part once
Yeah.
more, Himanshu. How did make it like when we started the podcast? You
Yeah.
said AI can really play the role of a partner. How did that
Yes.
happen in this particular instance?
Yeah. So these are the three things where AI can help you as a partner. So very first thing is AI has a capability to do the behavior analytics. What does it mean by that? If some user who is continuously trying to put the load on your system or trying to use some script to take your application down, so AI can quickly down identify it from your network and flag you that this is some sort of cyber attack. It's not only flagging you, it will also take some precautionary measures. Then it will give you some time to take an action directly and try to figure it out.
Pre-identification and mitigation with the help of,
Yes,
especially
yes,
that sounds
exactly.
like a powerful stuff, Himanshu. If you
Yeah,
have to quickly summarize about, final, what were your final thoughts about the implementation? How would you summarize your final thoughts about the implementation?
as you see on my screen, there are three factors that we have calculated. So there is 75% of unauthorized access attempts reduction. Then the incident response also went more than 40% faster. While there are some employee productivity gains with MFA and all, we make the system more secure, but it also gives you faster access also. Like if you want to onboard a new person in your team, it becomes quite faster and automatically all the rules will be in place. So that also bring in 30% more efficiency in onboarding and giving the access to the people. And
Correct.
also it reduce the ticket size. So like we have 50%, which is like a quite a good
Yeah,
quantity
quite some
to
decrease.
reduce.
Wonderful to know, Himanshu. So it sounds like Zero Trust is not just a tech shift, but
Yeah,
rather strategic transformations. And companies investing in it can reap the benefits of better security and can utilize AI for implementing
exactly.
the Zero Trust even at a better advanced level as such.
Yes.
Okay, so it was wonderful to have you in today's episode of AI in Software Development Weekly Podcast, Himanshu. And to everybody listening in, please let us know your experiences with implementing Zero Trust. We'll see you soon in another episode of AI in Software Development. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Mayank.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.